because you definitely have more fans that are going to be coming out on Friday night after work, and the players themselves, they're all pumped up for this. Talking to both coaches, even the Norwood side is just all the players and coaches are ecstatic about tonight.
Now, last week, of course, Newton North pretty much handled Denham High School 33-0. Of course, Denham is winless this season. Not going to be the same case here tonight. Norwood 7-0. They're outscoring their opponents this season 248-54. They've only allowed 20 points this season. It's going to be a tough task for the Tigers.
Scott, the only way the Tigers are going to pull this one out tonight is if they control the clock and keep Norwood's explosive offense off the field. And there's definitely one way of doing that, and that's Brett Bernard, the quarterback for Newton North. Unbelievable game last week against Dedham, including on the kick returns. He's a kicker, he's the quarterback, and he just controls the offense, the tempo of the game.
Newton North had a 14-0 lead going into halftime last week, and they only had the possession on offense once. So it's going to be a much different story here tonight. Let's go down to the field right now and talk to Melissa Parsons. Melissa.
Thanks, guys. I spoke with Coach Capitalupo yesterday, who said his Tiger team is excited yet ready for the challenge they face in Norwood. The Tiger team knows that they have to keep the Norwood offense off the field as much as possible, so Brett Bernard and his Tiger offense can do their thing. I spoke with Brett Bernard, who feels their passing is up to par and thinks that they can make some key plays. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Melissa. We will have the kickoff and the national anthem coming up in just a moment. You're watching Newton North Tiger football on New TV.
Out! Out! There's no way he's out! It's impossible!
Actually, Coach, it's not. See, Jimmy had to travel a distance of 90 feet. He reached an average speed of 15 miles per hour. The ball left 2 seconds later than Jimmy and had to go 1.5 times the distance.
If education is important to you, talk to your child's school about raising academic standards. Call 1-800-38-BE-SMART for a free booklet. And be a big league
Thus
parent.
enabling it to reach the destination at a much quicker rate.
Did you factor in the wind speed?
We have Dave Hatch, he's the linesman. On the Newton side of the field, we have Mr. Kerrigan, the back judge, and Mr. Butowski, the head linesman, the line judge. We also have a sixth official up there tonight. You're making history tonight besides Newton's first game. We have a woman on the clock tonight, a woman official tonight. She's a woman, Gloria Levine, and she's got the clock operator. The clock will be official. We'll have no 2-minute warning unless the clock goes out, guys, okay? Now we got a coin with the head and the tail. Now with the visiting team, who's going to do the talking here? Okay, sir, you pop before I throw it, okay, in the air? Yeah. Those NFL officials screwed it up. We have a head. We have a head. Newton North has won the toss. You'll take the ball. What goal would you like to defend, Norwood? Okay, Norwood go that way. Newton, come with me. Newton North won the toss. It's going to receive. Norwood's going to kick and defend the goal. Shake hands, fellas. Have a great ball game. This is even less.
Tigers football tonight. Of course, a big test, Norwood. Last year winning in week 8, 27-14. Could be a different story here tonight, George.
Definitely could. Coming in here, Norwood and Newton North, both strong on the line, offensively and defensively. I think it's going to be a power struggle in the trenches he has got to determine this game.
As Newton has won the toss, they will be kicking. Norwood will be receiving. Number 88, Marco Cinziak, will be on the kick. Actually, it's Norwood kicking it. The Tigers receiving on the kick. It's going to be Richie Fay back to receive it. For Brett Bernard, and he's really helping his own cause, really like a pitcher batting in the National League.
Absolutely. Great field position here. Now it's time to take time off that clock.
Bernard sets back to pass, 2 running backs in the backfield, the handoff up the middle to number 22, Nick Gagaro. Gets about a yard. It'll be back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10. Let's go over your starting lineups. Brett Bernard, your quarterback. Nick Gagaro and Noah Van Niel will be your running backs. Jake Samuelson and Ben Glera are your wideouts. Dave Yerzinski, your tight end, and Matt Frankel also your tight end. 2nd and 10 from the 40 of Norwood.
Yerzinski's the big man that Brett loves to throw to, and we could see a lot of their combination today.
Bernard, option left, and he is taken down on the play. Pat O'Toole for Norwood.
Again, it's tough to start with this 52 defense that Norwood runs. It's the old Bears defense, and around these parts, we know about that 52 Bears defense from the Super Bowl against the Patriots.
The Tigers lost 2 yards, so it'll be 12-2, 10:35 to go. No score here in the first quarter. First possession of the game for the Tigers as they line up with 2 backs in the field. Bernard takes a snap. Nice play fake. Looking long, and Norwood's sideline pass incomplete. It was intended for Jake Samuels, and it looks like after that great run back, the Tigers go 3 and out.
Well, again, like I just talked about, the Norwood defense is ready to roll. Coming into today, Coach Tom Lamb was talking about how they had a focus on Brett, but they also knew that with how healthy they were now coming into this point in the season, that they could stop the run and the pass.
Brett Bernard still out on the field. He will punt. Back to Norwood to receive is number 2, Tim Dennehy, excuse me. Then he makes a fair catch down and around the 15-yard line of Norwood. So some good field position as the Newton defense comes out on the field. As Clement comes out, set at his own 15, 1st and 10 with 10 minutes even left to go here in the first quarter. Hand off to number 35, who gets about 3 or 4 yards on the play. That was Manny Lopes.
Again, Lopes is the guy that Newton North is going to have to focus on here. As a fullback, he kind of carries the load almost in a Mike Allstott type of way, where he gets the ball almost every down.
So it'll set up 2nd down and about 2nd and 1. It was a 8-yard run as the handoff again goes up the middle to Mike Grant. So again, with 2 running backs for Norwood going strong early, and on the 2nd and 3, it looks like he had enough for the 1st down.
But like you said, Scotty, you got 2 backs there in the backfield that can handle a full course load, as I guess you could say. and they can keep going back and forth to them.
First and 10 from the Norwood 25. Handoff is stopped. Back to about the line of scrimmage. And a good hold there by the Newton North defense as Lopes couldn't get through.
Newton North is doing a great job right now, holding the middle of the line closed, forcing Lopes and Grant to try and find the slightest holes to get through.
It's second and 10. Second and 8, 2-yard gain on the play. As Clement Warming just hands up. Handoff, play fake up the middle to Mike Grant. Mike Grant's got some room. He's still going with it strong. And he's taken down at about the 42-yard line.
Great job by Grant right there, breaking it off the outside, getting outside the left tackle. It's, like I said earlier, Scott, it's gonna be a game on the outside of the tackles. The line in the middle, the trench war is gonna force the play to the outside, and right there, Grant did a great job getting out.
So Norwood hasn't gone to the area yet, and they're still marching down the field. First and 10 from about the 45 of Norwood. Clement, again the handoff to Lopes. But this time he is stopped and struck down. Didn't get much on the play. A bunch of Tigers there, including number 5, Peter Joseph.
Joseph and David Nizinski doing a great job plugging up the middle there, coming up and holding Lopes to next to nothing. They're really forcing the play outside, and unfortunately Norwood also lives on the outside, so that could hurt them in the end.
Second and 7 now. Let's see if Norwood goes to the air this time. They don't. They hand it off. And again, breaks through now into Tiger territory. Stopped at about the 37-yard line.
Another great run there by Grant.
North has to put a stop here on the rush as Clement goes back. Now Clement's going to go to the air. He's got a man downfield. He looks, covered and almost picked off as he threw it into double coverage as Jake Samuelson was coming over. Almost got a hand on it.
What a great catch that was right there. Like we said, it's tough with these lights. When the ball's in the air, it's really hard to pick it up at times. And that was just a great sliding grab right there.
So great catch. Now Norwood going from all ends, both on the ground and in the air, now have a first and 10 from the Tigers 10. And now in the red zone, look to get something here, 6:42 left. Clement fakes up the middle. They try to bust it inside with Grant. He gets to about the 6-yard line.
Rusty Moore has basically set up this Norwood offense for their first strike with a nice sliding grab down there at the 10-yard line. And then, of course, you got Grant, and now most likely going to see Lopes trying to pound it into the end zone here.
Second and goal from the 6. Looks like he may this time mix it up and go with Lopes. Let's see. There's 3 backs in the field as they pound it in with Lopes. At about the 2, and the Tigers stop him. So it'll set up about a 3rd and goal from the 2. And again, Lopes busting it in.
This is a hog word at the best there, Scott. Whose line is stronger? Whose line has the will to succeed? And right now, it looks like Norwood's pushing the Tigers back a little bit at 3rd and goal here, within striking distance, just crossing that line.
3rd and goal from the Tigers 3. Lopes back, hands off, and it's a touchdown for the Mustangs. Manny Lopes, the 3-yard run, and it's 6-0 Norwood.
That's his 96th point on the season, Scott. Again, as we said, he's tied right now, 3rd in Eastern Mass. And at fullback, you know, on the goal line situation, there's nobody better to go to than the fullback.
It was an 85-yard possession for Norwood. Extra point will be attempted by Clement, and it is good. 7-0. 10-play, 85-yard drive put together by Norwood.
That was just a great drive down the field. Nothing too big, nothing too flashy. Just straight out power football. And one big long pass connection downfield to Rusty Moore, and that got Norwood on the board.
Still half of a period left to go in this first quarter. 5:25 left. Norwood strikes first at 7-0. Both teams talking about what they got to do here on the offensive end. Newton went 3 and out their first time. Can't do the same coming up here.
Well, like we talked, Brett had a great return to start it off. Bernard breaking off a 50-yard kickoff return. Then from there, Newton North, their offense basically just sputtered and stood still, giving the ball to Norwood and pretty early in the first quarter here. And as Coach Catalupo said earlier, he wanted to take time off the clock, and that first drive sure didn't do it.
Coach Catalupo's 7th year here in Newton North. And this may be one of his biggest games in his career with the Bay State and Carry Division title on the line. 43 yards rushing on that last drive downfield by Mike Grant total. Not a bad start for him as the run back taken by Samuelson, who's knocked out of bounds by the 35-yard line of the Tigers. So now Brett Bernard goes to work. We gave you backup though for Newton North starting line. Let's give you the lineman for Newton North on the offensive end. Linebacker number 7, Matt Frankel. Richie Jacobs. Number 9, J.J. Mole. The right ends, David Bell and Tom McCarthy. That is the offensive line for Newton North as flags everywhere. Look like a delay of game. We'll get the official call from Jack Foley here in a second.
5 yards.
Against Newton.
First and 15. Here we go.
I'll start on Newton. That'll send it back 5 yards, so no time off the clock, but 5 more yards to go.
So now it's at the first and 15 from the 30-yard line. And now we'll see what magic Bernard has in his bag. You got to imagine he's going to go to the air here. And he's got 2 men in the backfield. Now number 2 in motion for the Tigers, Nuzinski. Bernard, he's going to take it up the middle himself. Gets about 4 yards till about the 30-yard line. So he gets back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Tigers.
I mean, there's not much you can do when Norwood's defense is on, and right now, early in this game, it seems like Norwood's defensive line is really all over Newton North's offensive line.
4:46 left to go. Newton North in the huddle. We'll see what they do on 2nd and 10. Actually, Bernard. And now we're going to have a timeout here on the Tigers. It's actually 2nd and 15 though, as they didn't get
Got timeout. Newton North. 20-second timeout.
20-second timeout for Newton.
Well, I mean, you look at how the Tigers run their offense. They run a multiple set, basically all over the place. They're trying to get misdirection, get everyone out of the way. Confused, thinking the play's going one way when it's actually going the other. And right now, that isn't working out.
So now, Newton comes back to the line. Bernard, the draw play back as they run a reverse, and number 22 taken down, Nick Gagaro. And it was Richie Fay on the tackle for Norwood, the senior. And that sets up 3rd and long now for the Tigers. They're going to have to go to the air here.
Well, just like I said, Scott, right there, they were trying the old fake reverse play, and Norwood just focused in on following the ball. They're not watching the guys without the ball. They're watching the guy with the ball, and they're bringing him down.
3rd and 20 from the Tiger 25-yard line. Still 2 men in the backfield for Bernard. 2 men in motion. Bernard drops back to pass. Looking. Now he cuts up the middle past the line of scrimmage. He's got some running room. Bernard's still going to about the 35-yard line where he is taken down. Not enough for the first down. In fact, he probably didn't even get back to the the original line of scrimmage. And once again, Newton, with the penalty hurting them to begin with, didn't help matters much. Now they're 3 and out again.
Absolutely. Great individual effort right there by Bernard, but he needed a few more yards on that. Than this Norwood defense is going to give up more than 5 in a chunk on certain plays.
With 3:10 left to go in the first half, Newton North is set to kick. And Bernard will be back to take it. High, booming shot. Back to take it for Norwood is Tim Dennehy again, and he is stopped at about the 45-yard line. And out again comes a potent Norwood offense.
Coach Catalupo, coming into this game, he likened the Norwood offense to a landmine. You can play around it, but even the gentlest tap is going to make it explode. And we kind of saw a little hint of that in the first drive on that long pass play, but it could be more now.
The handoff by Clement, and it stopped finally by Newton, able to get bodies in there. David Bell helping out, number 54 on the tackle.
Great defensive effort right there. Clogging up the middle, blocking all the holes, and wrapping up.
Got about a yard on the play. 2nd and 9 from the Tigers from the Norwood 40-yard line. And Clement drops back to pass. He'll take it himself as he's actually hands it off to Mike Grant, who got about 5 on the play.
Again, Grant using the outside to get his yardage where Lopes is going up through the middle. So they have a nice balance there between pounding it through the hole, through the gut of the line, and bouncing it outside. Grant's getting the bulk of his yards on the outside tackles.
Minute 55 left to go. 3rd and 5 from the Norwood 43. Back handed off. Oh, big room for Grant. He spins. He gets through to the 35-yard line of Newton North, and here we go again. 1st down, Norwood.
Again, just a little bit at a time, and then break it off. It's the old 3 yards in a cloud of dust offense right there. And Norwood is using that to their advantage with 2 great running backs. They're getting the job done, moving it downfield, taking time off the clock.
So now it'll be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. Minute 30 left to go in the first quarter. The handoff once again. And North is able to extinguish the fire 4 now. Manny Lopes couldn't get anything over to help out on the play. Number 20, Nick Capitalupo.
Oh, we keep harping on the fact about Lopes and Grant, and that's what Norwood's basically using right now. They're not worried about throwing the ball when they have those 2 guys going like they're going right now.
It'll be 2nd and 3 from the 29-yard line. Clement looks like he's going to pass and rushes on, and he's taken down. Nick Capitalupo on the tackle, on the sack, along with number 5, Peter Joseph.
Great play right there. Great penetration on the outside, and both guys getting to the quarterback there in a hurry. Didn't have enough time to even look downfield for a receiver, and he's eating up a little dirt there in the center of the field.
3rd and 13 is back to the Newton 39-yard line. That could have been a very big stop. Time is winding down here. We'll see if Norwood runs one more play here. 18 seconds left in the first quarter. 3rd and 13 here. Now we're down to 10 seconds. Back the handoff up the middle, Grant, and he's taken down by 75, Matt Frankel, and that'll do it here in the first quarter. Newton North off to a slow start on offense. Defense Norwood was able to take advantage and march down the field at the end of 1 quarter to play. Norwood Mustangs 7, the Newton North Tigers 0. You're watching Tiger football on New TV.
Honey, would you get me some ice cream?
Ice cream? Yeah.
Thank you.
Some things you just can't do without. It happens every night, all across America.
the Mustang 39-yard line. They'll be set to kick it off here. We'll see if Newton can get anything on the offensive end. Oh, they're going to go on 4th and 9. Clement looking downfield. He's got a man.
They're ruling an incomplete, Scott. Incomplete pass.
It's incomplete, and a big break for the Tigers as intended for number 2. There he is, Tim Dennehy, and he couldn't pick it down, and now the Tigers, oh, they do call it complete. It's 1st and 10. Tim Dennehy makes the grab.
Looks like it's going the other way. It was ruled incomplete. Great hit there by the cornerback on that play. So now it's 1st down for the Tigers on the 39, going back the other way.
Tigers, Norwood had nothing to lose, because now the Tigers still have pretty poor field position, and the way they've been running things, it's been tough to get upfield. Oh, the handoff to number 22, and he's gone. It's Nico Gargana to the 30. After the 25, back down and taken down at the 23-yard line. A big run by number 22, Nick Gargano.
What a great run there. He broke through the hole, broke a couple tackles, and he was gone. There wasn't much more we could do about that one until later down the field when the secondary got in on the tackle.
We'll get the exact yardage on the play, but it takes Newton back down to the 23-yard line, and now in prime position. It's the first time, it's the first down of the game for Newton, a 42-yard run by Nico Gargano. Now Bernard, back to pass back on 1st and 10, the handoff, and it was intended for...
Great run there by Van Neal. Up the gut. Getting a little bit of yardage there for, after that long run. You got to give it inside to the handback and keep the lines moving. Keep everything going.
So now it'll be 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the play from the Norwood 18-yard line. Bernard looking to pass. He's got man open downfield. It was Dave Nergiski, but Bernard gets the 1st down, runs it out of bounds. Right by the 1st down. Picks up about...
Looks like he just got that 1st down, Scott. They marked him right at the stake going out of bounds. So the heads-up thing there, pulling it down when the receiver wasn't open, going on around the outside tackle and getting as much as you can, getting out of bounds without being hit.
A 5-yard gain. Now it's 1st and 10. North now pounding the ball down the throats of Norwood. 1st and 10 from about the 14-yard line. Bernard, the handoff, and it's fumble on the play, and Norwood has recovered it. It's fumbled on the handoff.
The first big turnover of the game, and it goes Norwood's way. That's a +1 for Norwood.
And unfortunate, as Newton was really working the ball down the field, fumbled away, and it looked like it was fumbled by Capitalupo. And now Norwood will take over from about the 19-yard line.
Norwood has been known to stop drives, stop the points, and right there, great job by the defense, knocking the ball loose and recovering it.
Okay, as Clement takes over now with the handoff up the middle, Grant is taken down and stopped, and it'll be a 2nd and about 2 yards on the play, so about a 2nd and 8.
Another great job there. Newton North after that letdown of a fumble on offense, they're coming out here pretty strong on defense now. It's 2nd and 5, and the defense is stepping it up a little bit here.
2nd and 6, 9:44 left. The handoff goes back again to Grant, but he's swallowed up by Nick Gargano and taken down for a loss. And again, trying to go into Grant, can't get it done. Let's head down to the field to Melissa Parsons.
Newton North Tigers started out strong on their opening drive with a long run by Brett Bernard, but were held by the Norwood defense. Now the Tigers are having a little bit of trouble and turn it over as Norwood recovered on the 18-yard line. North must keep their composure and keep Norwood at bay. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Melissa, as Clement will go back to pass under pressure, fires and finds a man open up the middle. It was number 14, Dan O'Neill. And it'll be a 1st down for the Mustangs, as now the air attack is apparent for Norwood.
Well, that was the came in talking about Bernard, his abilities, that he's in there on just about every single play. Clement, likewise, is a great quarterback. He has the passing skills, and he has great leadership and ability to get the ball moving downfield.
It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 36-yard line. Clement hands it off, and it was Lopes getting stopped at about the 37-yard line, a gain of about 4.
Lopes again, going right up the gut. He's been held a couple times now, but when he gets the slightest hole, he's finding his way through it and breaking up good 4 and 5 yard chunks at a time.
They gave Lopes 5 yards on the play, so it's 2nd and 5. 8:15 left to go in the first half. Another dish this time to Lopes. He gets taken down right in front of the Norwood bench, and it may be enough for the first down. And it is. He gets the first down. Again, Lopes and Grant running all over Dickerson Stadium tonight.
Absolutely, Scott. Inside, outside. Newton on the first drive, it appeared that their defensive line was doing a solid job holding them off, but then a couple big gainers there, and now in the second quarter, it seems like Lopes and Grant are going to be taking over.
7:48 left to go. Clement back to pass on 1st and 10. A handoff once again, this time to Grant. He spins, but he's taken down by 3 Newton North Tigers, number 12 and 42 and 45 on the play. That is Nir Shimich, number 42, Nick Patrice, and number 45, Dan Dargan on the tackle.
Oh, hearing a lot of Dargan's name. Unfortunately, to this point in the game, it hasn't been on the offensive side, and that's where we'd rather hear it.
7:18 left to go. It's 2nd and 5 now, as Norwood is creeping into Newton North territory. They're at about the 47. Clement the handoff again, this time up the middle, and new face running it up the middle for Norwood, number 45, Brent Fitzgerald.
Well, again, they have the versatility of some of their players where they can go in right there. Fitzgerald plays a little bit of tight end. That time he's going in at fullback for Lopes. I don't know if they're giving Lopes a little spell here or what the deal is with him right now.
Well, Lopes is back out there now when he lines up in the backfield with Clement in the I formation. Hand off again to Mike Grant. He goes up strong, and he's taken down at about the 35-yard line. Taken down nicely there by number 54, David Bell.
Again, Newton North can take a little bit out of the playbook here of Norwood. Usually, what it seems like right now at this point in the game is Grant's going outside, Lopes is going inside. So you see the guy take the ball, maybe get the pursuit going a little bit that way. But of course, you'll have to watch out for the misdirection.
So it sets up a 2nd and 5 from the Newton North.
Timeout to Newton.
35.
20 seconds.
And we'll have a timeout here taken, as we have Mike Cam here tonight. Timeout, 22nd timeout taken here with the score 7-0 Norwood with 6:17 left to go in the first quarter. This first half.
Well, Scott, as we've seen so far, almost the first half almost over now. Norwood has really taken it to Newton North offensively and defensively. Newton had a great drive going. The defense of Norwood stepped up and created a turnover. And as you know, you have to win the game on both ends of the ball, and Norwood is doing that right now.
And the fans have shown up tonight in droves. Night game, first time in the school's history. Of course, they want to get the best seats in the house and sit right at that 50-yard line, and I don't blame them, as it could be a lot higher scoring game the way Norwood was running the ball in that first quarter. It's lucky to be 7-0 maybe right now.
Definitely, it's a good thing right now that it's only 7-0, especially with 6 minutes left in the first half. Most people who watch Norwood are used to seeing maybe 20 or more points on the board by now. And at this point, it's a close ball game. Newton is still within striking distance. And a great job here by Newton on defense. Can really pick the team up here at Dickerson Stadium.
Mike Grant has 85 yards so far, and we haven't even completed a half of play. As the handoff again goes to Grant, he's tripped up at about the 30-yard line. And it'll set up a third down.
Like we said,
David Bell on the tackle.
The best thing for this Newton team could be holding Norwood to 7 points in the first half going into that locker room. You don't want to be down by 14 or even more.
So again, it'll be 3rd and 5. Graham stopped at the line of scrimmage. Clement went over to the sideline to get the play. Now we'll see what they do here on 3rd and 5. They've only gone to the air a couple times. Both plays were complete. As Clement looks like he's going to go back to pass. He rolls out far side, looking downfield and deep, and it is incomplete. Brett Bernard down there on the play. Pass intended for number 15, Rusty Moore.
Moore had the big catch down at the opposite end of the field in the first quarter. Now they're looking for him downfield again, trying to set up another touchdown. But Brett, great job defensively right on him, and the ball was overthrown.
And it looks like the field goal unit has come on here for Norwood. And actually it'll be the kicking unit as Bernard is back to receive it. Bad snap, bad kick, goes into the Newton North end zone and will go out of bounds. So Newton will take it from the 20-yard line as their offense tries to do what they couldn't do last series and get into the end zone. They really started to open things up downfield. Just a bad turnover cost Newton.
Absolutely. They have a slightly longer drive here set up for a score before the half. But as they proved on that last series before the fumble, they can get it done.
So again, Newton with poor field position looks to once again march down the field. Bernard calling the plays. Very animated back there. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 20-yard line. Bernard, a handoff. And it's still going with it. First down, taken off by Van Niel. Noah Van Niel, 10-yard run, and he gets the first down.
It seems right now that it's been Brett carrying the ball or Van Niel, and those two right there are getting the job done for Newton.
And they say he didn't get the first down. He only got 9 on the play. It's 2nd and 1 from the 29-yard line, and they try to sneak it in. And they get the first down at the 30-yard line.
Great job right there. Just sneak it over the first down line. Nice quick play. Keep the chains moving, get more time off the clock, and keep the drive alive.
4:43 left to go in the first half. Again, the Tigers kind of working in a quick-paced offense here, trying to maybe keep Norwood off guard as number 27, the man in motion, that's Dan Lawley. Back, they give it up to Gargano, and he is stopped by Mustang defense.
He hasn't had much success at all today. It's been, like I said, it's been Van Niel and Bernard who have gotten the bulk of Newton's yards on the ground. And right now it might have to be one of those guys that keeps the drive going.
2nd and 1 from 29. 3 from the 31, excuse me, with 3:55 left to go in the first half. It's actually 2nd and 11 as he was stopped on the play. They go all the way back as Bernard hands it off. And a hole up the middle, first down for Cozy Still, I believe, number 21, getting the first down.
What a great job there. Again, what they have to do is they have to make sure that they're taking time off the clock while moving forward. And so far in this drive, just like the last one, they are getting that job done.
So from the 31-yard line of Newton's to start, 1st and 10, 3:16 left to go. Now Bernard doesn't like what he sees, it looks like, as Lawley came back to the line. Now Bernard goes back, looking in trouble. He's going to scramble. He gets hit and taken down by number 7 for Norwood, Dave Pellegrini.
I'm not sure what Bernard saw on that, but he audibled at the line, bringing in one of the receivers as an extra blocker for him on the bootleg, and picked up a good chunk of yards there, about 5 yards.
So 2nd and 5 1:40 left to go in the first half. Both teams have used the timeout here. Bernard on the play. The handoff, and it's taken back and not a fumble as the whistle had already blown. It looks like the Tigers lost some yards on that one.
Not what Newton wants. It's a good thing that he played was dead before that ball squirted loose. Loose ball there, and all there was white jerseys ready to pick that up and run to the end zone.
It'll be third down and about 5 to go. As now we've got a flags on the play. It looks like it may have been a offside on Norwood. We'll see when the play is called.
Well, the entire Norwood line jumped on that one. Well, the question is, was it a case of an offensive lineman drawing him off?
It was a false start.
Pulled away from the center.
Just that on the play. It was a false start. The entire Norwood line followed that one person jumping up, and they were ready to get back in the backfield.
So it's the second penalty that we've seen, second false start from the Tigers today. This one will bring it back to 3rd and 10 as the clock starts again. Minute 43 left. As now the Tigers may have to go back to the skies again, something they haven't been successful with so far here tonight. Bernard back to pass. He's looking, got a man downfield, and it's dropped, intended for number 8, Jake Samuelson. No flag on the play.
Samuelson tried to, I guess, out-jump his defender there. Unfortunately, great job by the defense there. They were covering him like glue, and he wasn't able to come down with that one.
It was number 30, Richie Fay, made the smart play, looking back at the ball, trying not to get that pass interference.
Absolutely.
So now it's 4th and 10, and once again, the Tigers have to kick. Brett Bernard is back to kick, and Tim Dennehy back to receive. High's kick didn't go very far, but it takes a Newton bounce out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. Norwood takes over with a minute 19 left to go in the first half. So this is going to be a big stop going into the half here for the Tigers, as Norwood has fairly good field position, setting up at about the 44-yard line. Back is Clement. He's going to go looking on the sideline, finds Dennehy, and it was about a gain of 6.
Great play there by Dennehy. Looks like they're going to basically try and line it
Well,
up.
the pass was incomplete. Our vantage point is a little tougher out here. It was an incomplete pass that will set up a 2nd and 10 as the pass was intended for Tim Dennehy.
Looks like they're going to have to keep airing it out the rest of this way if they want to try and score here with 1:10 left.
It was knocked loose as Dennehy had brought it down. And now we've got whistles, and it looks like we're going to have a quick timeout here.
You know, Norwood here with 1:10 left. Norwood's basically going to, go for the jugular right here and try and get another score on the board before the half.
Maybe emotion carried into it for the first few minutes, George, but I think now things have settled down, and we've got a football game.
Definitely seems like both teams have settled into the night. It's not like they haven't played it the night before. Maybe it was more emotional for Newton North being a home game at night and under these generator lights, but as you said, both teams settled in, and now it's just a war between both of these teams.
These generators are loud. I don't know if it's affecting the play on the field with the play calling. It's 2nd and 10 as Clement drops back. Now the handoff to Grant. Grant still going with it up to about the 40-yard line where he stopped. Actually, maybe at midfield. And with under a minute left to go, Grant just got back maybe about 2 yards.
When you say 3 yards in a cloud of dust, you mean it here on this field. With just about a strip from the 10 to the 10, it's all dirt. The grass has been worn out over the course of the season, and any movement in there in the middle, and the dirt is flying.
That's right, I said 2. He got 6 on the play, so it's 3rd and 4. And as the huddle breaks from about the 45-yard line of the Tigers. Again, the handoff. This time to Grant. He's got some room. He's looking. And still with it as he's knocked out of bounds on the sideline, just short of the first down.
Did the smart thing there. Broke off a bunch of yards down the outside and then made sure he got out of bounds, stopping that clock and giving them plenty of time to keep working down the middle of the field, looking for one more strike before the halftime.
So he does get the first down, picking up just enough. And a first and 10 from the Tigers' 35-yard line. There's 48 seconds left to go in this first half. Newton needs to make a stop. As Clement drops back, looking for man open. He's got one down the middle, and it's caught. Correct. And it is incomplete. Incomplete. Intended for number 4, Ryan O'Rourke. And he was open coming down, but it looks like we may have a flag on the play here, George.
Well, that was two near great catches. One by Dennehy on the sideline, and that one there in the end zone that went for naught as the ball slipped out.
It might be an illegal hold. Let's see if we can go down and listen to Jack Foley.
5 yards. 5 yards, repeat first down.
So it's a 5-yard penalty. Repeat the first down. It was illegal motion, and we didn't pick him up in time on that, but it was a 5-yard penalty. So first and 10, Clement back to pass from the 40-yard line. He's looking again downfield. He's got a man, and it's out of bounds, incomplete, intended for number 2, Tim Denny.
Of course, he's Clement and Denny trying to work the sidelines here, and that one just out of the reach of Denny and out of bounds, out of play, and incomplete.
So with 32 seconds left, it'll be 2nd and 15 from the 40-yard line.
Just don't expect much different here. Look, it just seems like Norwood's going to keep going downfield with the pass here.
Clement back to pass, looking far side. Now can't find anything. He's going to run up the middle. He's got some room. Clement till about the 30-yard line, where he's knocked down right about the 30-yard line. And
great job avoiding the rush there by Clement. Got outside. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to get that out of bounds. And Norwood's going to have to waste his time out here. But with 19 seconds left on the clock, that's a great play to get them within scoring distance here, whether by field goal or by a touchdown.
So it's a third and 3 for Norwood. Now, would you? I believe Norwood may have used all their timeouts, or else would you run it up the middle here and try to get that first down, or would you go right for the end zone?
I'd probably try and, if I'm Norwood right now, I'm going to try and get Clement on the outside with a waggle option where he can roll out, he can look downfield, no one's open, just do the same thing, tuck it and get out of bounds. He has plenty of time here for a couple more pass plays, and if not, he has a chance to, as long as he's on the outside of the tackles, just to get out of bounds and stop the clock and maybe set up to look for another one into the end zone.
So that's the situation we're in. 3rd and 3 from about the Tigers' as Clement drops back. Now he hands it off to Grant. Grant knocked out of bounds, and
it's really hard to play when your fingers on the
he gets the first down on the play. So they do run it and they go out of bounds.
Again, that's the thing. If they're going to run it, they're going to have to go outside to Grant. Use the sidelines, same as like a short pass, make sure you get out of bounds.
So it's 1st and 10 from about the 20-yard line. With 10 seconds left, how many plays do you think they can get off here, George? Will this be the last play of the half?
Depending on what they do, if they have a chance here to set up for 2 straight drop-back passes. If no one's open within the first 4 seconds of dropping back, he's just got to release it and throw it away.
As Clement drops back, looking for a man with 7 seconds left. Over on the far sideline, it's caught! It's caught! Touchdown! For the Mustangs, it was number 2, Tim Denny, catching it in the far corner of the end zone, and a heartbreaker for the Tigers, as it's now 13-0 with 3 seconds left in the half.
Great play there. It looked like they had Denny set up on the flag route right to the back corner, the back pylon of the end zone, and he hauled that one in. Unlike the 2 on the sideline, that's the one that counts right there for 6.
So on for the extra point will be Clement. He'll kick his own extra point as kick is up, and it is good for a 14-0 Mustangs lead going into halftime. A very impressive drive once again for Norwood as they took over with about a minute and a half left on the clock.
Right, Scott. Norwood just seems to be moving the ball. Unlike Newton North, when they have a penalty against them, they come right back on the very next play and break off something big. And right there, that drive right there was Clement, his ability to stay focused, stay calm in the pocket, and look for his achievements. He has an incompletion or two. He keeps going, goes right back at it, and they score on the flag-plated Dennehy in the corner of the end zone.
Now we'll see what what Newton can do here with 3 seconds. They're going to need a heck of a run coming back.
They might just try and get the ball on the ground in play to one of the up men, and just one of the big guys will get it, take the 3 seconds off the clock, and take it into the half. Surprisingly enough, I don't see Brett out there, and he's the man that would definitely have the big return capability.
They do squib it, and it's now fallen on by the Tigers. And that'll do it. Run things out for the half. The Tigers find themselves down 14-0 going into halftime. And George, we're going to need something big out of these Tigers. They had one offensive strike, but it was stopped on a fumble.
Right now, I think the Tigers could take a little bit of pride in the fact that they held this Norwood team to 14 points. And
all right, let's go down to the field. Let's see if we got Melissa Parsons standing by. Melissa.
We need to move the ball a little better. They're very tough up front, but we got a little something going there too. We almost broke a long run, but against them, we got to try to earn the clock, otherwise they kill you. That last play was very unfortunate. They made a good call. We just missed it, and that's why they're a good team. But we'll be back working hard in the second half.
What are you going to tell your boys going into the locker room to get them fired up?
Well, I think we have to just be a little more aggressive on defense. We're getting to them, but then we're still getting those 4 or 5 yards. But they're good backs. Those kids are good, and that's why they're a great team. But I'm not displeased. We just have to keep hitting them, and so I believe something that will happen. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Melissa. When we come back, the Newton North High School Marching Band will perform for us. Stay tuned. You're watching Newton North Tiger Football on New TV.
The American military gets smaller. Who will be there to answer the call? They will. They're the National Guard and Reserve, and they make up half of today's military forces. As an employer, you may be asked to support their mission. Remember, their response.
So the score 14-0 at halftime. Let's send it down to the field to the Newton North Tigers Marching Band. Nothing at the end of halftime, and Newton North is on the losing end right now. Norwood running the ball down the Tigers' throats here.
Absolutely. It got Lopes up the middle, Grant on the outside, and Clement with his arm. And right now, it's not looking too good for the Tigers. They're going to have to come out here with a little different game plan. Keeping the ball and taking time off the clock wasn't working.
Tim Dennehy made probably a back-breaking catch in the corner of the end zone with about 3 seconds left in the first half. It's going to be tough for the Tigers to recuperate after holding Norwood to only really 7 points.
Absolutely. Right there was just at the end with what, about maybe a minute and a half left in the half, that Norwood got back on the board again to up it from 7 to 14, and that definitely was a backbreaker going into the locker room.
All right, let's send it right now down the field to Melissa Parkins. Melissa.
Here we are at halftime with the score still pretty close. The Tigers have had a little bit of time to regroup in the locker room and are hopefully ready for the second half. During practice the other day, the coaches told the Tigers that they really need to get around the legs of these Norwood players, and they've been sure trying. Thankfully, we've kept it to 1 turnover during the first half, and hopefully we'll have none in the second half. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Melissa. Well, we will have more of the second half and see if Newton North can turn things around here when we come back. You're watching Newton North Tigers football on New TV.
It was called the greatest generation any society has ever produced. They were ordinary people who half a century ago did nothing less than help save the world. Millions served in uniform, millions more served at home, and nearly 500,000 gave their lives. And yet there is no national memorial to honor their sacrifice. It is time to say thank you.
Call now and help build the National World War II Memorial.
Okay, gentlemen, both teams, good first half. You're playing football, you know, keep talking to the team. We appreciate as officials that you guys are doing your job as captain. You're playing football out here, and I'm mouthing up, okay? Keep up the good work, have a good second half. Start the second half. Now, you have the option. You take the football. What goal do you want to defend, Newton? Newton go that way. Norwood come with me. Norwood's going to receive. Newton's going to kick a defender, go shake hands. Have a good second half. Best of luck.
All right, we're ready for the second half, and let's get some unofficial statistics here from that first half. And it was all Norwood, 35 plays in that entire first half, and it was Matt Clement, 3 for 8 with 63 yards and a touchdown. Receiving, actually rushing yards, well, they were just racking them in. It was number 24, Norwood, who was on fire.
That was Grant.
Mike Grant. He was 108 yards he had in this first half alone. 17 carries, not bad. Lopes, he went 7 carries for 36 yards.
Plus that 3-yard touchdown.
Right, and number 2, of course, is Dennehy. He had the one big touchdown reception. He's got 20 yards total. So, of course, Newton will kick now. Norwood will receive, so they get the ball again starting the second half, and it's really important for Newton to make a stop here.
Well, and opening the first half, Newton won that flip. They elected to receive, hoping that their strategy coming into the game would pay off and the clock would be worn out. Unfortunately, it didn't work that way.
17 plays for Newton North offensively in the first half. Brett Bernard 0 for 2. Didn't get much of an attack from the air. On the ground, though, it was number 22, Nick Gargaro, 4 carries for 35 yards. He did have 1 fumble, and Brett Bernard rushing himself went 4 times for 25 yards. And we are getting ready as Bernard will kick things off, and it'll be a low line drive kick taken by Norwood at the 20-yard line, up to about the 30, now to the 35, the 40, 45. He's on his feet to the 50, 55, taken down at the Newton 35-yard line. A big run to start things off for Mike Grant.
Grant, the big man in the backfield today, running for over 100 yards already in 1 half. Starts off the second half how he started the first with a big return.
25-yard line he gets down to. It was about 80-yard return on the play. So Mike Grant now showing off his skills on the special teams.
Absolutely. Grant, again, he's the man with the extra burst when he gets outside the tackles and turns the corner, he's gone. And he showed that speed right there on the opening kickoff of this second half, Scotty.
It was a 61-yard return, as now the offense really can go to work here and maybe put the Tigers away, although it may be too soon. Let's see, as Clement hands it off, it's stopped. Ropes taken back by about a yard or two, and it'll set up a second and long.
The entire Newton defense was in on that tackle. You can't just pick one or two guys. That was the entire defensive line. And coming out of the break, aside from that kickoff return, Newton seems fired up on the defensive side.
Well, Lopes was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 25. The pitch back to Big Matt to Mike Grant, and he's tackled at the 18-yard line, and it's taken down. It's going to be about 3rd and 2, and 3 Tigers over there on the stop.
Grant took off that first play there on a little inside handoff to Lopes, but he's right back in the game after a little breather and gets off a couple yards there on that one.
Just underway here in the 3rd quarter. Duke North Tiger football on Duke TV. 10:44 left to go. Scott Fleischman, George Sione alongside as 3rd and 2 now. Grant the man in motion, and it's our sneak up the middle. Clement takes it himself, and good enough for the first down. Get him to about the 14-yard line.
Clement doing a great job controlling this offense right now, controlling the flow of the game. He on that one there, it's an easy call. It's just a quarterback right up the gut. And Clement doing a great job right now calling signals for this Norwood team.
Yeah, he gets over to that sideline very quick, as you saw there. So it's a 1st and 10 from the 14-yard line of Newton North. And this may be a backbreaker. The handoff, this time it's Lopes, and he gets to about the 11-yard line, it looks like, and it'll set up 2nd and 6 with about 9:53 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
We knew coming in this was going to be a tough one for Newton. Norwood coming in the 8th-ranked team in Eastern Massachusetts, and Norwood down at in the 30s for their ranking. So you knew at least that way it would be Norwood's game.
2nd and 8, the handoff, and it stops back at about the 12. Looks like they tried to go back to Lopes, and he's taken down, or it might have been Grant. Grant has seen the majority of the carries. It was Grant. He was stopped at the line of scrimmage, so no gain on the play.
Now here on a 3rd down, you might expect a pass play here. Clement has had some success throwing the ball, at least in the first half, especially finding Dennehy in the corner of the end zone. But Grant to the outside again would not be a bad call in this situation.
We'll see what they do here. 3rd and 8 from the 13-yard line. Clement drops back, looking downfield, has a man open. Touchdown! Touchdown, Norwood! It's number 15, Rusty Moore, with the completion, and it's now 20-0 Norwood.
Again, Clement right there, 3rd down. Maybe Newton North was expecting the same play call as I had said to do with the run, but Clement drops straight back and finds another receiver, and he gets him for the touchdown.
I'm sure that's what the Tigers were thinking too, run, and really been a rarity that Norwood's gone to the air, but 2 of their 3 touchdowns have come from the air. As the kick is up, and it is good. We have a 21-0 score, and now the Tigers are really digging a deep hole for themselves.
Well, we were talking coming into this game about Bernard and his ability to be on the field every play, whether it's on defense or offense. This game right now, aside from his running backs of Lopes at fullback and the tailback Grant, this game has been Clement.
It'll be interesting to see what Coach Capitalupo is saying on those sidelines. Maybe we'll find out. As what can you say? It's been not a domination by Norwood. I mean, they haven't really had their way with the Tigers, but they just worked their way down the field kind of methodically and picked apart the Tigers' defense. Back to receive for the Tigers is Nicosi Still and number 8, Jake Samuelson. Back to receive the kick. Taken, of course, by Richie Fay. Hayes' kick is up, and it's to Samuelson. He'll let it drop at about the 20-yard line. Samuelson picks it up to the 25, to the 30, to the 35, 40. He's breaking tackles, and he is gone! 30, 35, 20, 15, 10, and he's taken down at the 6-yard line of Norwood. Big run back by Jake Samuelson.
Great job by Samuelson there. He found his hole. Norwood's kick coverage did not stay in their lanes. He broke it off, and luckily just the speed of one man from Norwood caught up to him.
Once again, the Tigers' beautiful field position coming off of a kick. Brett Bernard did it earlier in the first half. Unfortunately, the Tigers fumbled coming down. Now we'll see what they can do here at the 6-yard line as it's 1st and goal from the 6. Bernard with 3 in the backfield. Bernard drops back, hands off to Gargar, and he gets to about a yard, to about the 5-yard line, the handoff to Nick Gargaro.
Well, Scott, if one thing is in Newton's favor right now, of the 141 points they scored, the third quarter is their biggest quarter. They've scored 27 times in the third quarter, and that is by far the most they have scored in each individual quarter.
And if the Tigers, as we have 2nd and goal, as it's again Gargaro, touchdown! Touchdown Tigers! Nick Gargaro, the 6-yard run, and the Tigers are on the board.
If that doesn't pump this crowd up, nothing will on a night like this. With the lights, first time under the lights, and Newton North is finally getting it going.
And I was about to say to you, George, if the Tigers are to win this game, they have to do something that Norwood has held their opponents to all season long, going over 20 points, something that Norwood has not allowed all season long. And if Newton's going to win this game, they're going to have to do that.
And right there on that play, that's a great start to that challenge.
Bernard will take the extra point. It's blocked, and is recovered on the field by Norwood. It's a free ball. It's number 68 with it for Norwood. He goes up the sidelines and knocked out of bounds on the block, recovered by Ryan Trusevich, the 6', 220-pound defensive tackle. It's a big boy.
That's definitely a big boy, but how would I know about being a big boy? Great job breaking through the line, blocking that, and running it back downfield.
We'll see if that extra point block was big as we come down the stretch of the third quarter.
That could definitely stand up here. That's going to force Newton North to have to go for 2 at some point if they score again down the road.
So now the Tiger defense is going to be tested here as they have to hold the Mustang offense. So that touchdown is going to be all for naught as the kickoff by Bernard is up and it's taken back at his own 16-yard line. It's taken down. A big stop by the Tigers. Looked like it was number 42 on the tackle. And that was Nick Beatrice on the play.
Great job there by Beatrice, getting downfield quick and making a great tackle, open field tackle.
So, 1st and 10 from the Norwood 26-yard line. Let's see what Clement can do here. Don't be surprised if they run it. The pitch goes back to Grant. Gets good blocking now. He's tackled down as he gets about 3 yards.
Seemed like Newton was focusing on Grant going outside. He saw there was no room. He had to bump it back in.
Capitalupo with the stop. And it'll be 2nd and 6. With 7:17 left to go here. As the Tigers finally break through the tough Mustang defense. 2nd and 6. Clement, another pitch back, this time to Lopes. Lopes gets through, and again he's taken down as Capitalupo made the initial hit, but eventually taken down.
Lopes, great job there, busting through the line, getting enough yardage for that first down, and again, Norwood is taking time off the clock and moving the chain.
35, so he gets the 35-yard line, where he was taken down by Ian Darden. So now it'll be 1st and 10, and again, once the Mustang just methodically working it down the field, rarely taken to the air. The handoff to Lopes, and and he's stopped at about the line of scrimmage. And big tackle down there by 88 Marco Stanisiak.
Again, Norwood just trying to get as much as they can on each play. Newton North coming up big on a couple plays here, but Clement back there now on a 2nd and 7. I wouldn't be surprised here to see Clement try and drop back and tuck one downfield.
So it was a gain of about 3, 2nd and 7. The pitch goes back to Grant. Grant gets the blocks, but then the entire Tiger line comes in to take him down and make sure he goes no further. Gets to the 45-yard line, and they'll set up 3rd down.
That'll be a 3rd and
3.
3rd and shorter situation than they had maybe down that drive down at the end of the first half, where they were forced back on a penalty. That 3rd and 10 again. So here on 3rd and maybe 2 or 3, they can run the ball and try and keep the chains going for the first.
Looks like we'll probably see, as I formation, Lopes and Grant in the backfield, they'll probably fake it and go to Grant, and they do, but he's stopped at the line. On the tackle, it was number 54 for the Tigers, David Bell.
Great job right there, clogging up the middle. Grant again has had his success on the outside. That time they went to him up the middle. Even with the lead block of Lopes, it was no good.
4th and 2, and it looks like they're gonna go for it here. No, they will send the kicking team out there. As you can never tell, some of these guys stay out on the field for every possession. Brett Bernard will be back to receive the kick. Another low snap. High kick deep. Bernard will take it on the bounce back at his own 10-yard line, 15-yard line, where it'll be down. And let's send it right now down to the field to Melissa Parson. Melissa.
Well, finally, this Tiger team put some points on the board. Well, their star, Nico Arrow, give the Tigers the points that they need to contain Norwood. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Melissa. It's going to be 1st and 10 with 4:43 left. Bernard takes over, and it's a handoff. No gain on the, about a 3-yard gain on the play of the 2nd down.
The thing is, here, even on that play right there, the camera was tricked a little bit. Bernard's so good with the play-action pass, it looked almost like he faked the handoff when he actually did dish it off.
2nd and 9 now. 1-yard rush by Gargaro. Goes back to Bernard. The pitch to Nico. Nico trying to find a hole, and he's stopped once again for a gain of maybe about 1 more yard, if that.
Again, Newton is having a little bit of trouble trying to run on the outskirts. Norwood's pursuit on defense has been strong all game. The big difference, I guess, has just been the fact that Norwood can break through the little holes and bust it. Newton's having a little bit of trouble doing that right now.
3rd and 7 from the Tiger 30-yard line. 3:41 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bernard with Nico Gargaro in the backfield. The pitch to Nico. It's a halfback option, and it's incomplete. As they go for a special play, trying to trick out the Norwood defense, but they had none of it.
Hey, you gotta do a little something different against a team like Norwood. You gotta do some razzle dazzle and try and move the ball downfield.
Yeah, but on 3rd and 7, when you're trying to get yourself back into this game, and now it's 4th and 7, you gotta kick it away.
I think they're basically trying to do anything here to catch Norwood off guard. I mean, who really? They were in that point. Did you expect the halfback pass? No, of course not. Neither did Norwood, and it just didn't work out.
So Bernard will come up to kick it. It's a high kick, not very far, maybe about... No, it's dropped. It's a free ball, but recovered nicely by Dennehy at about his 30-yard line. So again, here comes the Tiger defense. Not the team you want to see on the field right now, as we are closing down the second here of the third quarter.
Well, Dennehy, the man with glue on his hands for that 20-yard touchdown strike to end the first half, right there, had a little trouble. The ball slipped right through his hands, through his pads, and luckily it took a nice hop right back up into his chest as he turned around to cover over it.
21-6 as Matt Clement comes back out on the field. It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 32-yard line, 31-yard line of Norwood. And we've seen them just work it right down the field with that man right there, Lopes, along with Grant, but Lopes is stopped back at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
At least in this game, Lopes has definitely had a lot better success on the short yardage situations. Right now, on the 1st down, 2nd down carries, he's really struggling to get through that line of Newton North.
There was no gain, 2nd and 10, again from the 31-yard line of Norwood. I formation, Lopes and Grant in the backfield. Clement goes back, looking, he rolls right. Now he finds a hole up the middle where he stops to get about 3 yards on the play. And it'll set up about a 3rd and 7.
Clement had the opportunity there to option off to Grant. Instead, he saw an opening, tucked the ball, and got as many yards as he could. That's a big-time player right there. He doesn't want to pitch that ball. He wants the yards himself.
He gained a little bit more. He's at the 40-yard line, 3rd and 2 now. And 3 backs in the field as they go to Lopes, but it looked like he stumbled a little bit, not able to get the 1st down.
Looked like they were going almost with a straight T formation there with the 3 backs in the backfield and trying on that short yardage to just pound it away and get the chains moving, but it didn't work out for the way they wanted it to. So
it's a 4th and 2 as Lopes kind of stumbled, and for the first time, I think, all night tonight, Norwood's gone 3 and out.
That's the first time today that in tonight's game that they have gone 3 and out, and a great job by Newton North on the defensive side of the ball that series.
Kick is away, and back is Bernard to get it. Maybe he'll get a better run back this time than Samuelson did, but not all for naughty. Taken down back at his own 20-yard line, and the team switched it up again. We got a minute 28 left to go in the 3rd quarter, 21-6. Tigers on top.
Well, the big advantage here so far for Norwood is the field position they've had. Newton North, their 1 touchdown came off of a big return, and that's how they pounded into the end zone.
It'll be 1st and 10 from about the 22-yard line as the offense needs to get going. As man in motion, Bernard, hand off to Nico. Nico finding a little hole where he's taken down by number 61 for Norwood. That was Pat Tomalesso on the Tigers. About 50 seconds left as we count down. Man in motion. Bernard. Play action as he's looking back. Can't find anything. Now he's going to launch it deep down the field to Samuelson. He caught it! He caught it! Down at the 25-yard line. It was number 8, Jake Samuelson. Another miraculous play out of Samuelson. 1st down, Tigers deep into the Norwood territory.
Great job there by Bernard, rolling out to the right side, looking downfield, taking his time with the defense in his face. He threw the ball downfield. Great catch by Samuelson on the other end.
34-yard play from the pass from Bernard to Samuelson, and now the Tigers at the 30-yard line of Norwood. 25 seconds left in the quarter, and now we've got a whistle, and the Tigers are going to take a timeout. So another great play by Samuelson. First he comes up with the run, then he comes up with the big catch.
It was a great play there. Samuelson, big return to open the half. Then it was a great job on that play, getting downfield and pulling in that ball.
All right, let's head it down to Melissa Parson. Melissa.
Well, North is in a pretty big deficit now, and that's no surprise with Norwood's defense. They have a linebacking course that has held all their opponents to under 20 points, and North is going to have to surpass this point if they want to beat Norwood. Back to you guys.
Very good point, Melissa, as it is going to bring up a 2nd down as Bernard couldn't find anything. It'll be at about the 30-yard. It's marked as about the 31-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 7. Time has expired, though, in the 3rd quarter. The Tigers making a run of their own with the score 21-6 Norwood. We'll take a break. 4th quarter action coming at you. You're watching Newton North Tiger football on TV. Scott Fleischman, George Sione back here for the fourth quarter. The Tigers take over, second down and 7, looking to get a couple touchdowns here to make things interesting, as trying to give that first loss to the Norwood Mustangs. Not an easy task at all. As Brett Bernard will set things up. He's got Nico Gargar in the backfield. And he drops back, gives it up to Gargaro, and he can't find much room, and he stopped. He got about a yard on the play. He'll set up about a 3rd and 6.
Well, Newton now has within striking distance of getting another touchdown on the board, and they're just going to go a little bit more cautious again, it looks like, and back on the ground. When they're actually starting, it seems like they're having success through the air, so why not a couple small passes, short passes, just as good as a run, and it might keep them moving downfield.
3rd and 4 from the Tigers, as it's tried to sneak his Bernard. Didn't get much on the play. And that's going to set up a 4th down, and I don't know what the Tigers were looking to get there.
It's possible they might have seen something where on one of the last couple plays it seemed like the middle opened up a little bit there. But with about 4 or 5 yards to go, quarterback sneak isn't the best thing to do. You got to maybe roll him out and try and give him the outside.
Well, they're going to go for it on 4th and 1. They have to here. Bernard in the I formation, man in motion now, 2 men in motion for the Tigers. Bernard trying to hard snap count, trying to draw Norwood off sides and get that yardage. Unable to do it and has to call timeout.
I don't know about you, Scott. I'm not the biggest fan of that play. Just get out there, call a play, and get it done. It's I mean, he tried to draw him off sides. It's not going to work there. Norwood's just sitting back, ready to go.
All right, let's head down to Melissa Parson on the field.
North is in a huge deficit and just can't get their composure against Norwood. The team is holding them to 6 points, and every time it seems like North is coming back, they get stopped.
10:41 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Bernard in the I formation, 4th and 1. They're still going to go for it. Man in motion. Bernard's going to sneak it up himself. They got enough for the 1st down, and then some. Looks like they may have picked up another couple yards on the play. So they do get the 1st down.
Great play call there. Handing the ball off. The quarterback sneak has been working. This time, at least he had some lead blockers as opposed to the quarterback just trying to jump over center.
So it's 1st and goal now for the Tigers, as they need to pound it into the end zone. Again, Ben Gullum is the man in motion. A run up the middle, and it stopped. They gave it to Van Neal. He picked up about 4 on the play.
Van Neal seems to disappear. He seemed to be the strongest runner of the North backfield in the 1st half, and I believe that's his 1st touch here in the 2nd half.
We're just about at the 10-minute mark of this 4th quarter, and Tigers can't waste any more time. They need to get it in if they want to see the ball back again. Bernard gives it up, and it's pounded back inside. Bernard kept it himself, and he gained about 2 on the play.
Again, Bernard, great on the play faking. He had you there, Scott. Looked like he handed it off to one of his running backs. Held it and got a couple yards out of that.
It's going to be a 3rd and 5 for the Tigers, 3rd and 6 for the Tigers from the 18-yard line. Again, tough vantage point here. As another I formation. Bernard gives it off. Now he takes it in himself. Gets to about the marker.
This won't be close.
They may have to bring the chains out. Gets to the 15.
They're calling it 4th. They're not going to bring the chains. They're just calling it 4th down.
4th down. Oh, he's got about 3 to go, so it's a little bit further away than we thought.
That's like trying to look through the sideline of a full team.
So 4th and 3 again. Tigers faced with another 4th down dilemma. Looks like they are going to try to go for it here.
Well, there's nothing else they can do. They have to go for it here. With just under 9 minutes left, they have to get some more points on the board. and this is their chance to do it. A field goal won't be any good. They have to get it in the end zone.
So the Tigers called the timeout. They're discussing. Now here's something interesting, George. They line up 3 wideouts on the right side. Bernard drops back, but he's going to go far side towards the end zone. Knocked down, broken up.
84.
By number 84
Great
for
break
Norwood.
up there.
Phil Sheehan on the breakup. It was intended for number 2, David Rudzinski.
Right there, obviously, Bernard's going to go for his number 1 receiver, and his number 1 target is the tight end, Rudzinski.
He set up 3 wideouts on the right and ended up going left.
Again, the whole philosophy of the multiple offense is misdirection. You look like you go one way and you go the other.
And the handoff to Lopes as they didn't get it. Norwood takes over. And now Norwood being very content just to run out the clock and not even take to the air, something we've rarely seen from them anyway today.
Absolutely, with their 2 running backs, Lopes and Grant going on the outside, plus Clement, they have a great chance to run this clock out.
And now we have an injured player on the field. It looks like it was number 98, Eric Sterrell. I don't know what happened, but he is on his back. Trainer is out attending to him on that last play. Looks like Sterrell took a bad hit, and now they're focusing on the leg. And right around the upper thigh. You know, this cold weather, George, it could be cramps also, especially getting hit very hard in this weather. Not easy to shake off.
Not at all. It's like you said, Scott, it's easy to cramp up in this type of weather when you're out there sweating and working out on the field. And
it was Eric Sterrell who went down. He's still down. And now they're helping him back up, and it looks like he's going to be helped off by Clement and 61, it looks like. And that's not a good sign, George, when you have to be helped off the field by 2 of your teammates. Pat Tomalesso out there also.
Not at all. It looks like his right leg, whether it's his knee or his ankle, one of them isn't doing too well.
It may be 85, Armand Forte. That's 95 now. We got a good look at him. And he's might be of ankle. As back to play here, Mike Grant got to the 30-yard line of the Tigers. Got about 4 yards on the play. It'll set up 2nd and 6.
Again, with under 8 minutes left, all they have to really do is keep the chains moving for a few first downs.
So it is 2nd and 5, the handoff, and it stopped as they try to go back in to Lopes. And, you know, Lopes on the carry. Didn't get much, but again, as long as that clock is ticking, Norwood's happy.
Absolutely. Whether it's Lopes inside, Grant outside, the clock's still moving, now down underneath, 7.5 minutes left in this game.
21-6 still, as Clement works from the Tigers, from the Tiger territory. Again, another handoff.
Wow, Clement right there showing some great leadership, Scott. He fumbled that one out of the center and showed enough poise to scoop it up and then get a couple positive yards out of it.
And he got enough yardage for the first down on top of it. So again, as long as Norwood keeps getting those first downs, Tigers are going to have a tough run of it, especially with 7 minutes left to go.
That could have been costly right there. The fumble out of center. I don't know if they have a quarterback fumble-rooski play, but that's what it was, and it worked for a first down.
6:50 left, a handoff to Lopes, and Lopes again gets about 5 yards on the play, and he stops up front by the Tigers. And number 54, David Bell, was there along with Peter Joseph, number 5.
Bell's been on a few plays today. He's doing a great job clogging up the middle, doing what he can, and he's come up with a few big tackles for Newton North tonight.
2nd and 7, as Norwood again slowly moving it down the field from about the Tiger 40-yard line, as the handoff is taken and towards the sidelines, where it was taken and by Lopes, by Grant, excuse me, this time. And it looks like 28 is limping off the field, as we can see in here. And hopefully nothing serious here. Steve Carter, at least he's coming off on his own.
There's a couple people now injured here for Norwood, but they just basically, with 5:40 left, want to get out of this game with a 21-6 lead, Scott.
So Clement, his job a little bit easier. The handoff to the big man, number 36, who gets taken down harshly by Vincent Delorio, number 24 for the Tigers.
It kind of shows you how much Norwood is confident in their defense right now. They're getting in some backups and getting them some quality playing time against a tough team.
It was Lopes, actually, on the carry. And we may have an injury update. Let's send it down to Melissa Parson. Melissa.
Okay, guys, we have a Mustang player that went down, number 95, Gray Keith. It looks like an ankle injury, no telling if it's sprained or broke, but he looks like he's in a little bit of pain. Hopefully he'll be okay. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Melissa. We'll keep you updated. We'll keep you updated on Keith. Oh, and the snap came back for the kick, and all the way back to cover it up is number 66 for Norwood, Sean Curran. As
I don't know about the Mustang injuries, but that's exactly what the doctor ordered for the Tigers here right now.
They have had tough snaps all night long. The long snaps coming off of those punts and kickoffs, they've had some tough snaps, and finally it burns them. As most of them had gone low, this one went high. 1st and 10, Tigers take over from the 15-yard line. 4:44 left to go. The Tigers got to get in the end zone now. Bernard, play action, looking, finds the man open, complete, down the sideline, touchdown! Touchdown, Tigers! Noah Van Niel on the catch, and the Tigers, one play after his fumbled snap, now trail 21-12.
Van Niel right there, great out of the backfield, full back in the flat, turns, catches the ball, and turns around, finds the end zone, and that's definitely a big boost right now to this Newton North sideline. They needed that in a hurry.
And we'll get you exact yards on the completed pass. It was about a 15-yard strike because they started from the 15. So one play and you're in. Now, Tigers are probably going to have to go for 2 here, which they are. And what are you going to see here, George?
They messed up on that. I'm expecting almost the same type of play, short outs and a little maybe a rollout here by Bernard to give him the option of throwing or running.
Man in motion as Bernard comes up, and he's knocked down by the defense, and it's no good. So that will really hurt the Tigers now, as you're looking at another 2-possession game.
Well, it looked right there. It basically looked like a straight bootleg for Bernard. Unfortunately, the blocking wasn't all there. It would have been a safer call to go with Bernard on a waggle outside, where he has the option to either throw it away if he sees the receiver open or to cut it up and run. That looked like a straight run, and it backfired.
So it's 21-12 as Newton gets another touchdown, but can't convert on the extra point. And it's really kind of hurting themselves. They haven't really played a bad game tonight against Norwood. Just maybe they're outmanned.
Yeah, it's not that they're being outplayed. It's just that when it comes to the key situations like that one right there, the blocking just seemed to give up on that. And it's tough for Bernard to fit through 2 or 3 Norwood tacklers.
All right, so we'll be set to kick things off here as Bernard places his ball on the tee. So you try the onside kick here, you might have to. 4:37 left.
With 4:37 left, in a way you kind of have to go for the onside kick now. If you only needed one more score, I could say kick it deep and go for it. But now, missing the extra points on both touchdowns, they're going to need 2 scores here.
All right, so we'll see what they do here on the impending kickoff. Bernard will take it, and it is the onside kick, and it goes... it's covered, and it looks like it might be the Tigers. It looks like 87 might have recovered the kick. Let's see. As now you're going to have a big mess of players on the field. It looks like Ben Gelram got the ball off of the kickoff as it went off of one of the Norwood players. And let's see if we can try to get Zach Foley's mic on here. Let's see if we can find out. The Tigers think they have it, and it's Norwood football. No, it's the Tigers. The Tigers have possession. It looked like Foley was pointing towards the Norwood towards the Norwood side, but the Tigers' onside kick pays off, and they have another shot at the end zone.
It's all been big plays that have gotten Newton North within scoring distance and actually led to both scores. The big kickoff return, the missed snap, the awful snap for Norwood on the punt. Two big plays resulted in touchdowns for Newton North. This could be the third on the onside kick recovery.
1st and 10 from the Norwood 46-yard line, 47-yard line. As it's handed off, but a big stop by the Norwood defense.
It is a Norwood's ball. It looked like the Tigers had it, then it was switched over, and all of a sudden it's Norwood's ball. And Norwood's starting to drive here again with just over 4 minutes left, Scott. Time to grind it out and get that clock off.
Well, the Newton fans reacted like it was their ball, and initially I saw Foley point to the Norwood sideline, so I assumed that it was their ball. And then coming off of the reaction of the fans here, and the PA announcer practically, everybody thought it was Newton's ball, but Clement starts it back out, and now this game dramatically turns as Lopes gets taken down. There's about 3:43 left. This one is over.
Well, as I was saying, Scott, it took a couple big plays that snapped the kick return for Newton to score. That onside kick recovery would have been another big break, but unfortunately that one went Norwood's way. And now, with just over 3 minutes left, Lopes and Grant are going to be taking the time off the clock, and it looks like this one is going to be wrapped up here.
And a first down here would definitely put a nail in the coffin. It's 3rd and 1 right now, and we may just see Clement take it in himself. One man in the backfield, he does. And officials say that, as they're trying to mark the ball, and let's see where they mark it. They bring the chains out.
Again, this one's going to be pretty close.
And it is a first down.
He made it. We talked, obviously.
It will be 4th down. They didn't get it. Oh, no, it is 4th down. They didn't get it. 4th and 1. The scoreboard says 4th down, but the lineskeeper says first down. So it is 1st and 10 with 2:45 left. Clement the handoff, and here comes Lopes, and he's taken down at the 35-yard line. And how much more can the Tiger defense sustain here tonight? They must be exhausted.
With the cold weather, like we talked about earlier, you come out here Friday night football, you're pumped up first time ever, but as the game wears on, so does your body. And right now, that is showing as Norwood continues to pound the ball up the middle, and they're taking time off the clock and adding yardage to their totals.
2:38 left. 21-12, and if only they had recovered that onside kick. But all for naught, and now Norwood at the 21-yard line, 1st and 10. Clement, who hasn't really put many of the numbers up, he's handed the ball off most of the night. This time, it's Lopes.
Well, Scott, that's where I might have to disagree with you there. I mean, I know Lopes and Grant have been carrying the ball a lot, but it's been Clement's ability as the leader calling signals, calling the plays. He's basically set the tempo for this Norwood team, including the touchdown pass. I think this game has really been under his control all night.
Well, I think the Tigers have done one thing, that they have proven that you can get to the Norwood defense, as the handoff goes again to Lopes, who gets to about the 14, 13-yard line.
Again, it's with just over a minute left, just under 2 minutes, I should say. Norwood getting some of their backups in, switching in with Lopes, switching in with Grant, giving them a little breather as the game wears on, and giving some of these younger guys a chance to play against a pretty good defense.
It'll be 3rd and 10. 3rd and 3. As we have a timeout on the field here. Play stops with 1:32 left to go. In the 4th quarter, like we said, it hasn't been a punishing game by Norwood. I mean, we have seen the reason why they are undefeated, but you kind of think that if you could find a defensive line that could stop the running game of Norwood and maybe have them go to the air. With about a minute 32 left, the timeout almost over here. 3rd and 3 at the Tiger 14-yard line.
It is getting colder and colder.
It is getting colder and colder, and the chance for injury is becoming more and more. You kind of wonder if the Tigers should roll out their number 1 guys out in this type of a game. But you don't want to get the score run up on you. As the handoff goes to Lopes, he gets to the 11-yard line, enough for a first down.
See, right now with just over a minute left, this is where Newton North has to show a little bit of pride. It's gut check time. They have to put it together here and keep Norwood out of the end zone to head into next week with a little bit more of a strong mental belief in themselves that they can do the job.
So a timeout taken with a minute 12 left to go here in the game. And, well, Norwood will go to 8-0 on the season. Newton will drop to 5-3, still in the running for the Cary Division title in the Bay State League.
Absolutely, and in the Bay State Cary League, right now, right before this game, they were 4-2, just 1 game out of the win column. They're still going to only be 1 back right now, but they're going to have to do it. Coming off this game, this is a tough loss. This will be a tough loss for them to take into next week. Whereas for Norwood, this just adds to their quest for a repeat in the Super Bowl. And again, Matt Lopes. Remember that name, because I'll tell you what, he has run all over this lighted stadium here tonight, and he must have a lot of experience running in light, daytime, nighttime. It doesn't matter for for Lopes, and of course for Mike Grant. Mike Grant has probably doubled his yardage here, as Clement will just kneel it as time runs down here. As Lopes nearly doubled his input probably from the first half and the second half here. Right. Oh, definitely. He was struggling in that first half trying to get some yardage. He was mostly running up the middle. They broke him outside a little bit in the second half, and they opened the holes on the trap a little bit more, and it was giving him more room to run. And we talked about it coming in. Manny Lopes was the man they were going to have to watch. He was tied for 3rd in the Eastern Mass in scoring with 90 points coming in.
We're getting the final numbers here on Grant and Lopes. Grant ran for over 100 yards. Get the exact number as we get it. As we're down to about 30 seconds left. So North will try to rebound next week. But again, a very, very competitive game, of history-making event here under the lights. And who knows when the next time we'll see these lights there take the field at Dickerson Stadium.
Well, just the fact that the game was underneath the lights, you can see the crowd, a great crowd here for the Tigers, supporting the Tigers. This could be maybe a little bit that they could take this game, bring it to city council or to the mayor and say, hey, look, we need some lights for the stadium. We got lights on the tennis court. We need it on the stadium football field.
So that's it. Time winds down. The final score, 21-12. Tigers fall to Norwood, and a tough loss as Norwood falls to 8-0, and actually Norwood goes to 8-0, and the Tigers fall to 5-3, 4-3 in the Bay State.
4-2 in the Bay State Cary Conference.
Bay State Cary Conference, as Norwood is not in their division. So a tough game here tonight. But as the team's now shaking hands, what can Newton North take away from this, George?
Newton North can take away the fact that in the end there, they held.
All right, 30-yard line, monster. A lot of penetration. They came up. Twins. It looks like the hitch is definitely there. Now they're in a 40. First, 5. This is like a 5-3 now. They're changing things up big time. 6. Now they're in that 3 down lineman look. This should go. Power. Get the down block. There it is. Another in a 50. Nice job. Oh, holding and glare him. Take it down. How about the bounce? You know? All right, sir. This is wide open, dude. Fourth. All right, 9-yard right. Straight up. Emotion, he got it. Wishbone, 50, 50. Sweep. All right, ball return. All right, 45 yards. They have no defensive end. You should be able to get outside. There you go. First down. What is it? First down. Who called the quarterback in? Pull up when they got to Kick by Bernard is good. High pro left. Trap. Oh, good. Last. first down. Left, offset, I over left, offset. Vinny doesn't know what he's doing on goal line, I don't think. Last. Now they're in a regular 50 again. Fucking hold it again. All right. Should go. Joey busting up the wedge. 34-yard line. Pass. All right, third. They got to do. Nice job. Both right. Both right. Sweet. Trap. That's the dive. There you go. Counter boot.
kid, Vinny. Oh, right. High pro right. Motion to red. Motion to boosted. Go back to ground. job.
For number 4, Brian Reed. Coverage
left. Nice play. Make that frickin' tackle. Absolutely. Nice block. That's not it. That's a first down. Counter boot. Get out there, Dave. Sweep. Nice play, Connor. All right, 3rd and 15. Come on, David. Lay him out. Oh, come on, Nick. Nice play, baby. There, baby. Next year, screen. Come on, Nicky!